Hello YouTuber. So I want to make this quick video on HTTP headers. I'll be in the next few minutes I'll be talking about the cross origin resource policy header as related to the access control allow origin. So both of those headers are response headers that control the way a resource should be handled from different origin. So the cross-origin resource policy header sets a policy on origins that control the way a resource should be included on different origins. So the value of the cross-origin resource policy can either be one of these three values: same site, cross-origin, and I think with origin as well. I'm not sure about origin, but I think I've used origin as well. By default, the cross-origin resource policy, when it's not defined, the server defaults to the access control allow origin, which means by default it's the origin is allow all, allow all. But as soon as you set the cross-origin resource policy to with a value of cross-origin, you need to immediately use the access control allow origin, right? So by using the access controller origin, you are going to control which a specific origin that will be using that particular resource. If the value of the cross-origin resource policy is set to the same site, that implies that that particular resource, be it a file, by file I mean a JPEG, PDF, text file, that particular resource can only be included or can only be called or request by a CNAME, the name. As we all know that from one origin we can have one or more or name. So there is a difference between a name and the origin in terms of the W3C standards. So in the web standard, the origin refers to the IP and the site refers to the CNAME of your website. So make sure when you are configuring the cross-origin resource policy, when the value as origin, you have to add a new response header, the access control allow origins. So yeah, it doesn't matter if the name as if the name is John or Ryan or Ethan, the origin is the signature. So the origin is the IP and the name doesn't really matter. If you want to configure your website having one origin with different names, the signature of your website is the origin, because the origin is the IP. The origin has specific property that defined where the resource is coming from. Okay, that's about it about the cross-origin resource policy as related to the access controller origin. So when you have a same site, you can or you cannot use the access control allow origin, because if you set the same site and you add the access controller origin, it will still block that. If you set the origin and you don't have the access controller origin added, it will also block that. You need to put in mind that there's a difference between the ID, the IP, which is the origin, and the CNAME, which is the same site. That's all for this video. As I was working on something, I thought it would be better for me to kind of like create a schematic of, if not the logic of how cross-origin resource policy is related to the access controller origin. So we have three values: same sites, cross-origin, and origin, and all these values have implications, the way your resource will be allowed or blocked from the origin. And the origin in this context is the requester, if not the site that's requesting a particular resource. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.